On the biggest celebrity wedding day of the decade, Prince William did something nobody saw coming. He showed up on Travis Kelce's podcast, talked football, joked about King Charles, made Jason Kelce fall in love with Princess Charlotte, and never once mentioned the wedding happening that same evening at Madison Square Garden. This is Royal News Spot. And today we are breaking down the most unexpected royal moment of 2026. July 1st, 2026, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's wedding day, 1,000 guests at Madison Square Garden in New York City. The biggest celebrity event of the year. The most talked about wedding in a generation. Every camera in the world pointed at that building. And on that exact day, hours before the ceremony began, Travis Kelce sat down with his brother Jason and recorded a podcast episode. A 30-minute interview with the future King of England. About football, about the World Cup, about dancing at the Eras Tour. About anything and everything except the wedding that was about to change his life. The episode of New Heights dropped while fans were already camping outside Madison Square Garden. And in one move, Prince William managed to be part of the biggest story of the day without being at the wedding, without attending, without crossing the Atlantic. Just 30 minutes on a podcast, and suddenly he was everywhere. That is a level of cultural timing that most PR teams dream about and never achieve. So let us talk about what actually happened in that interview, because the details are extraordinary. Travis opened the conversation by asking William if it was his father, King Charles, who got him into football and into supporting Aston Villa. William's response was immediate and completely unfiltered. "Absolutely not," he said. "My father hates football." Let that sit for a second. The future King of England just told millions of listeners that the current King of England hates football on one of the world's most popular podcasts, hours before one of the most watched events of the year. No palace spokesperson, no careful wording. Just William, laughing and telling the truth. William has been involved with the Football Association for 20 years. He has supported Aston Villa his entire life. And his father, the King, cannot stand the sport. That one line alone tells you more about the relationship between Charles and William than any official palace statement ever could. William then talked about the 2026 FIFA World Cup, which is currently being held across the United States, Canada, and Mexico. He said he has been anticipating this tournament for a long time. He said he is quietly confident about England's chances. And then he added something that landed perfectly. As each World Cup goes on and the results do not quite go your way, a little bit of hope gets chipped away each time. So I am just taking it calmly and quietly and like, come on, we are going to do well and see how we go. He also told the Kelce brothers, if we lose playing the way we want to play. That is not palace language. That is a football fan talking. A man who has watched England fall short too many times and still cannot stop hoping. And then Jason asked the question that the whole internet had been waiting for. He turned to William and asked him to settle a debate. What is the most iconic moment at Wembley Stadium? Travis scoring a touchdown in 2015 against the Lions, or Travis as a backup dancer to the one and only Taylor Swift? William did not hesitate for a single second. Travis as a backup dancer, he said. Travis immediately confirmed he agreed, calling it definitely a very proud moment of my life. And when William suggested he do it again at a future Eras tour, Travis said, if Tay is going to sign up for a tour, I will happily make sure we bring it back to life. Now here is what made that moment so significant. This was the closest anyone came in that entire 30-minute interview to mentioning Taylor Swift directly. William did not say her name. Travis referred to her only as Tay, a single casual nickname. And somehow the future King of England and one of the most famous athletes in the world discussed the woman getting married that evening without either of them actually saying her name once. That was not an accident. That was two people who understand cameras and attention choosing to be respectful about something deeply private. It was elegant. And it was noticed. But the moment that genuinely stopped the internet was what Travis and Jason said about meeting the Wales family at the Eras Tour in 2024. Let me take you back. It was June 2024. Prince William took George, Charlotte and Louis to Taylor Swift's Eras Tour at Wembley Stadium for his birthday. Backstage, they met Travis and Taylor. Swift posted a photo captioned, "Happy birthday, mate. London shows are off to a splendid start." Travis was in the picture. The whole thing went viral. On the podcast, Travis described that meeting as one of the coolest moments ever. He said, "Me and Jason joke about it all the time. We were so nervous to meet you guys and the royal family. Jason has this running joke where he did not know what to do with his beer." Think about that. Travis Kelce, Super Bowl champion, one of the most famous athletes on earth, was nervous to meet the Bales family. He did not know the protocol. He did not know whether to bow, whether to put his beer down, where to stand, what to say. This enormous, confident NFL star was suddenly a nervous person trying to figure out the rules in a backstage room with a future king. And then Jason Kelce, who has 4 daughters of his own, said something that instantly became the most shared moment from the entire episode. "Princess Charlotte was still the highlight for me," he said. "I have 4 daughters as well, so she was great. Princess Charlotte, 11 years old, going to Wimbledon with her parents, collecting signed tennis balls from Yannick Sinner, cheering in the stands with priceless facial expressions that went viral across the internet." And now, the highlight of Jason Kelce's encounter with British royalty. William's response to Jason was perfect. "Congratulations having 4 daughters," he said. "I do not know how you do that." And then after the interview ended, after William had logged off, Travis and Jason sat back and reflected on what had just happened. Jason said, "We thought we were going to be talking to fat offensive linemen, not kings, queens, princes of other nations. This is pretty wild." That line captures everything about the moment. New Heights is a podcast that started as a conversation between 2 NFL brothers about American football. And somehow in 2026, it has become the show where the future King of England shows up and talks about Aston Villa on the same day his friend is getting married. Now, the question everyone kept asking was William invited to the wedding? Did he choose not to go? Or was this podcast appearance his way of being part of the day from a distance? The answer, confirmed by People magazine, is that William and Catherine were not attending the wedding. The reasons are practical and personal. This summer is critically important for the Wales family. George is heading to Eton College in September. This is the last summer he will spend at home before boarding school begins. William has reportedly told friends he planned to spend these weeks with his children at Anmer Hall in Norfolk before joining the royal family at Balmoral in Scotland. George's last day at Lambrook School also falls right around the date of the wedding itself. So while Travis Kelce was saying his vows in New York, William may well have been in a school car park in Berkshire, picking up his son for the summer holidays. But here is what makes the podcast timing so brilliant. By appearing on New Heights on the wedding day itself, William managed to celebrate the occasion in the most William Wales way possible. No formal statement, no palace press release. No official royal involvement. Just a man who likes football, who genuinely likes the Kelces, sitting down for a conversation and letting it land exactly when it would mean the most. The episode dropped at the moment the whole world was thinking about Travis Kelce, and William was already there inside that conversation, warm and funny and completely himself. Saying Charlotte was great and my father hates football and Travis was better as a backup dancer than a tight end. There is also something worth noticing about what William chose to talk about. He did not spend the interview being royal. He spent it being a football fan, a dad who took his kids to a concert, a man who watches England matches with quiet hope and quiet dread. He told the Kelces he is quietly hoping England reach the World Cup final on July 19 in New Jersey, and he told them directly, "See you both there for the final." That is William Wales talking, not the Prince of Wales, the man who signs his name on pub fundraisers and cheers for Aston Villa and spent his birthday dancing at Wembley. And Charlotte, always Charlotte. The girl who has been collecting autographed tennis balls at Wimbledon and making viral facial expressions in the royal box has now become the highlight of one of America's most beloved podcast hosts. So here is what we learned. On the day of the most anticipated wedding of 2026, Prince William appeared on Travis Kelce's podcast and said his father hates football. Named Travis as a backup dancer above a Super Bowl touchdown, watched Jason Kelce lose his heart to Princess Charlotte, and never once said Taylor Swift's name. He was not at the wedding, but he was there, and somehow that was more memorable than a seat in the front row would have been. So here is my question for you. What was your favourite moment from William's New Heights appearance? My father hates football, the backup dancer debate, or Jason Kelce choosing Charlotte as his highlight? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe to Royal News Spot, because the truth about the future king is a story worth telling. This is Royal News Spot, the crown uncovered. See you in the next one.